It's Thursday, the 24th day in the month of March, 2022. We're here to get you up and going this beautiful Thursday morning. 24. March 24. I wanted to make sure that I had your attention. And let me tell you something. Everybody is awake, alive, and kicking because I did get your attention, didn't I? Sorry, listeners. I really meant 24th. All right, having gotten through that hiccup.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, guys. How you all doing?
Good morning, Richie. Good morning, Bridge Nation. You know your boy Shellz is here alive and kicking.
Oh, whoa.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. It's the girl, Queen JoJo, but they're out.
Yeah, man.
Alive and kicking?
Yes.
All right.
Morning, Bridge Nation. DJ all day up here. Up in the house.
All right. Wow. So much has happened since the last time we were here. So much has happened. What springs to mind, Shellz?
Oh, the first thing, that situation. Well, this morning I'm hearing that the suspect in the rape cases or the abduction cases over St. Thomas, they found him. Davian Bryan is his name?
Right. Davian, yeah.
They found him. So we give
That
thanks
is a
for that.
positive
Yeah, it's a
development.
good way to start the morning, you know.
Yeah.
So we give thanks for that. I would just
Yeah.
hope that justice, prevails in the end.
Yeah, man. He actually is being a suspect in a number of other incidents recently, including an abduction in Portland, and also a case of a student who was, I think, abducted and raped at the College of Agriculture.
And
I think
a young woman as well, where he bashed in her head.
That's the one in Durham. Yeah.
He was just out there.
As a menace.
Man.
That's good
Menace
news.
to
We
society.
we just need to get people like that off the streets, out of society.
for a long time. Trust me.
Forever.
Sad news of the shooting incident of a student yesterday. Apparently a robbery. He was being robbed. He only had, I understand, $1,000 on him for his lunch money, his books, and his cell phone. Are you telling me that somebody's going to kill a young man just to take away a cell phone? That is still happening in our country.
It's getting out of hand, man.
It is really
Something
getting out
needs
of
to be
hand.
done.
And another stabbing incident at Excelsior yesterday as well.
I find that, and we're going to be having a discussion
This morning?
about that. I find that we're not able to solve our problems very well, especially the students. I don't know if you recognize that since the face-to-face learning, a lot of arguments are happening, and they're turning out
Fights
violence into
and,
fights and
stabbing,
stabbing incidents. And I really think we
mortal
need
wounds,
to work on that with our kids.
I'm happy to hear that we'll be having a discussion on that because it really is a problem in our society. The Royals are still here and they're making the news.
Last night,
Apology
dinner.
was tendered, by the Prince.
Yeah.
It has gone worldwide. I mean, a lot of the news portals overseas are carrying it, but many people are not having it. Because some of the groups that were demonstrating are basically saying, look, an apology is not what we need right now.
But they did call for that.
Yeah, but
they
that's a
called for an apology and, of course, reparation. And isn't that a start?
Right.
At some point, we're going to have to take something and say, all right, let's move on.
I guess they were expecting more. Much more, too.
But I don't know what
You ask for it.
You got a part of it, right? It's a start.
Listen, the man could have said, yo, man, I apologize. No way.
Him could have said nothing to it. Actually, don't even acknowledge the conversation, and he did. So,
Let's see what happens. The Prime Minister also made a very important statement.
yes,
Giving a clear indication, it seems, that we're moving towards becoming a republic.
interesting
I
times
saw the
ahead.
prince like he held his head down when that was being said. Not too certain how he's taking that. Anyhow, there's a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, not the least of which is the big meeting in Brussels, in Belgium, where a number of NATO leaders and G7 nations are coming together, EU member states and so on, while Shortman over there in North Korea, Korea is firing off missiles, which is also of concern. There's so much going on. It's time for WTF.
What the fact? And boy, Bridge Nation, as I said, there is an animal who lives on land that can apparently hold its breath longer than an animal that lives in the ocean. So yes, apparently sloths, them slow-moving creature there, can hold their breath longer than dolphins can. So sloths, the sluggish tree dwellers of Central and South America, spend their lives in the tropical rainforests. They move through the canopy at a rate of about 40 yards per day, munching on leaves, twigs, and buds. Sloths have an exceptionally low metabolic rate and spend 15 to 20 hours per day sleeping.
Let me share some more on them. By slowing their heart rates, sloths can hold their breath, listen this, for up to 40 minutes. They're also really good swimmers. Now, dolphins, on the other hand, need to come up for air after about 10 minutes.
Look at that.
And that places them second to sloths.
It's a sloth.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Very slow-moving creatures.
Yeah.
Traveling 40 yards in an entire day. They're not in a rush.
You know what I'm in though? Sloths have the right idea about life. They said that 15 to 20 hours per day sleeping.
Yeah.
They're onto something.
I think so.
Might be a sloth. Might be part sloth. I don't know.
Maybe in the next life. We know who's going to start it off.
The
Morning.
queen.
Again, Bridge Nation, so you know I always kick off the update here. So Spice takes home comedy chain on Nick's Cannon while in out. Woo! And that was so awesome. I saw a little piece of it. So Spice was the celebrity guest on last night, well, not last night episode, on Tuesday night episode of MTV's Wildin' Out as the captain of the new school team. And of course, she did what she does best, you know, carry the flavor and the vibes. And one of her thing, because she wasn't there physically, it was more a virtual episode.
Yeah,
so in it she said, "Oh, I want this me there, Jamaica." She started off as though magically appearing on the beach side. So no man, this is Spice Island. Let me explain to you. Everything changed when you get on the island. You stop speaking English and you drop real straight patois. You go down. We can't say the part there. You stop dance for your foot. You go for your head top. You go in at the tree. Every little thing right there. So I can't selfish them something there. You understand what I'm saying?
Look, you should never go dumpling.
They didn't understand what she was saying.
Look, you should never go dumpling.
Right?
That was good.
So she just brought the flavor.
Raw.
Of course,
raw.
They didn't understand everything that she was saying, but
amazing.
Spice team won both segments,
Cool.
and ultimately took home the championship comedy chain. So
Yeah,
that was
good.
dope.
Yeah,
though.
You said Spice won.
Yeah, she
man,
won. Her
You're
team won.
not talking about the Grammys.
I
No,
already.
that's a different
Guys,
conversation.
I already said so. She
That's a
go win the
different
Grammy. So
conversation.
it's a
Oh, you just
no-brainer
said,
too.
wow. Okay.
I said that several times.
Grace, you have some support in the studio here from Jody, you can tell.
Yeah, man, definitely.
All right, what you got for us, Shellz?
Well, first and foremost, I don't know the general. Skilly Bang warns Terradon for stop sabotage his career. He said, and I quote, "Me no want kill your brother." So apparently Skilly Bang is clapping back at YouTuber and music producer Terradon, who has insinuated that he paid for views for his recently released song Wap Wap. That's Richie B's favorite song, by the way. The song received more than 2 million views in little over a week, with many sharing that they were happy for the song, which is Skilly Bang's first single released under his RCA label deal. However, Terradon never to feel the same vibes, and he shared these comments. He said, "Yo, the man's song nearly reached 1 million views, and no time with the amount of credit card." Wait, hold on, let me say this again. The man's song nearly reached 1 million views, and no time with the amount of credit card, you know. Terradon said in a clip Skilly Bang posted on Instagram, so I'm guessing he's insinuating right there that I pay for them views, isn't me? However, Skilly Bang never liked that, and Skilly Bang said he mentioned him and say, "Oh, you know, say from you and such man start link, yeah, all you do I try mash up my career. Remember say you're an artist and can't find a hit all now, you know. And look how your platform big." So Skilly Bang I dropped like a shade to this YouTuber who have over 60k followers, sorry. Hear that part, you know, let me get the editing ready. Skilly Bang added, "Why you not go check your caregiver?" You know, the mother, the person who gave birth to him. You know that phrase, Jamaicans. You know what me I talk about. And start ramp with me, youth. My song do good, and me nah say me I buy views. Remember the song I bust before it released, you know. Kitty.
A whole argument
Yeah,
to
man.
and fro, but you know something. if you really want Tero to take him Skilly to take him seriously, you have to use the words wap 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 wap.
Easy.
Him not gonna say nobody
Easy.
not take him serious.
No, but I mean, I guess both parties have points.
Oh, God.
I don't know what Terradan have. I don't think Terradan have a problem with it. Him probably just say it's not the best work.
Yeah.
For
Well,
it to have so much views.
But still you have a strong following. And,
Yes,
if you have a
so-
strong following, even if you make a song gonna really hit.
And it's not good. So normally, if
It
a
took a
song is
shot,
not
even-
good
even
or
if
it's
it's a-
funny,
it took a
person-
shot, even if it's not what.
Exactly. See there.
No, but nah, you know
well,
what, I could move on from that.
It's a good way to keep themselves out there in the public
Yes, I
eye,
think
though.
Yeah.
So
so.
they're doing it
Nothing
effectively.
wrong with that.
All right. Here's a matter of concern, though. This is now coming from the Billboard. Billboard has created a U.S. chart for Afrobeats songs after they have actually ditched the reggae song chart, and that is has some serious implications. In 2020, I think it was January 2020, Billboard ditched the weekly reggae digital songs chart that ranked the top downloaded and streamed reggae and dancehall songs in the U.S. They still maintain the reggae albums chart, which is published weekly, but now they have embraced Afrobeats. And many people are of the view that Afrobeats is posing some serious challenge to our own music coming out of Jamaica. In many instances, they're even teaming up with our own artists as well,
Yes.
and helping their genre to do
Yes,
well
propel,
internationally.
yes.
So this is of concern. We're not knocking the development, but we're a little concerned that one of ours is out. Afrobeats, which is seen as a competitor, is in, and what implication might that have on our music?
But Afrobeat have a dancehall
Flavor. Yeah,
flair and
it
flavor
does.
to it. So how you drop something we take from us?
Well-
Or you put up something we take from us and
The
then
Billboard
drop
is
us?
watching what's going on in markets around the world, and they realize that Afrobeats right now is doing very, very well.
Very marketable too. But what I'm wondering is, you said that the reggae Billboard will still be a
The
thing.
reggae album.
Reggae
Album.
albums. So
Yeah.
maybe they're just gonna throw dancehall albums
Into
in
it,
that.
like kind
Well,
of
it's
mix
already
it up.
there.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
it's reggae and dancehall, although
Right.
Yeah,
it's
so
the
they don't.
reggae album.
So I
yeah.
guess they just don't see dancehall as
As a
something by
separate-
itself. So this
Remember,
is
we
why.
had that conversation the
Yeah,
last
and I think
time.
we need to pick up on this conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
some
with
more.
some music bigwigs to
Right.
Yep.
add to it. Yeah.
It's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Definitely.
It is.
Anyway, you take it. And now it's time for us to go right over into our proverb.
Of the day. Good morning, Bridge Nation. So our proverb this morning is a little bit weird. Might have mixed feelings about it. But here we go. It says, no throw away dirty water before you have clean. Here it's no throw away dirty water before you have clean. I have mixed feelings about that. One.
away.
And the meaning is don't throw away what you have before you get something else. But I'm
sense.
saying I don't want dirty water. I go throw it away. I don't want what I have. So I go discard of it. It's dirty water.
That is all you have.
So I go stick with my dirty water.
If that is all that you have, you'd be surprised it might become useful.
Exactly.
Well, maybe the dirty water can outfire.
There it is.
True.
Also be grateful. Oh,
But I was like, let's throw away dirty water
I see where
Yeah.
you're going.
before you have clean. I mean, I said, but I want clean water. But then I said,
Yeah.
don't think about it literally.
It's what you
You
have.
know, it's
Work
what
with
you have.
It might become useful.
It might just
Exactly.
become useful. And
We're not suggesting that you go drink that dirty water
No,
now.
Don't do it.
that would not be the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, you can water
Or
some
water the
plants.
or water the plants,
So
grow your
yeah,
food.
can be
So
useful. Yeah.
now that you guys are talking about it, I see it. I see
Look at
it.
Right.
So
So take this from this proverb, folks. Don't throw away what you have before you have or you get something else.
So hold on
That
to
is
what
what
you
that
have
proverb
right now.
means. Yeah.
So
and,
we go.
and that can go into a number of other spheres.
I see what
Yes, in life.
Yeah, relationships,
I
all
knew
kind
I
of
saw
stuff.
that coming.
Job, anything, you
Saw
know.
that coming,
duh.
Richie.
Yes,
You
it's
saw that
true.
coming.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, man.
All
So
right.
what? No, hold on. The
Here we go.
relationship?
Anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. No,
Wow.
so we have said no.
That's
What
what-
will happen the on her or
Problem
him
case.
until just in case until you find somebody better.
Oh.
Of course.
You know what? Let's move on to the pet peeve.
Yes,
I mean,
please,
I'm
Jojo.
not
I
an
know,
argument
brain
and the
puzzle.
up and go.
Jojo, it's
Cycle of life.
It happens. It happens.
Circle of life.
Bridge Nation, this is not my views. I don't believe in that. Walk away.
Walk away.
Please.
So it looks like we agree to disagree.
Yes.
So does that. Leave it there.
All right, let's move right into
to
our
our
pet
pet
peeve
peeve.
now. Oh, Shellz.
Yes.
You. Okay.
Yes,
Somebody get
Richie.
him vexed yesterday. Let's find out.
So before I get into that, people, as we all know by now, and if you don't know, pet peeves are things that others do that you may find annoying, irritating, or even upsetting. And like I said, today's pet peeve is coming from yours truly, your boy Shellz. So here we go on. My pet peeve. I hate when people up on them phone and I talk so loud as if them feel like you need to hear them conversation. It is annoying. It is the worst possible thing you can do. It's your phone, even like people put them phone on speaker, for example, like you're one Kardashian. You don't need to do that. You understand what I mean, sir? It's your phone call. Why the whole away in the bus park? Why the whole away in the office? Why the whole away? You know what I mean? I feel here. I say, yeah, man, somebody buy the mackerel, somebody buy the this, but why you say I couldn't find? I'm gonna need for ear. All of that, you know, it's your call. You know what I mean? Yeah, keep it between you and the person on the other line. So yeah, that's my pet peeve. It really got me ticked off the other day. What happened was that I don't know if he was flossing and endorsing. I don't know what he was doing, but a nice lady that was in our vicinity, and he received a phone call. I'm seeing their eyes are from a long time, you know. Somebody I watch what I go, I pick up the rake, is me and say Jody. So we did it, and man get the call, and like the man just say, yeah, mama, transfer the 50 grand, you know. Yeah, mama, transfer the 50 grand. Wait a minute, I get it. Well, I'm saying 5 more. I was like, what? What?
No, he saw somebody else that he was trying to impress.
What? If I care about how you feeling, I impress him. I try and impress too, man.
Yeah, so people keep your phone calls to yourself. Yeah. You know, you don't know who I listen.
Exactly.
I don't want to listen.
I've had a similar encounter, and what was also upsetting is that the person kept saying, "You miss it."
Yo.
And we really didn't want to hear.
No.
And he kept saying, "You miss it." And let me tell you something, man. It can be very annoying.
Yeah.
True.
In specific
I don't
context.
like when people play music, like if we're
And that's another
public
one too.
transportation, which may take a long time now. But may I say, when I'm like, I don't want to hear your music.
Yeah.
So I will have headphones.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Pet peeves, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they are. Things that upset all of us in some instances that are done by others. Is that something that upsets you?
Oh yeah.
Listen, maybe him can't hear so well, you know. So, you know,
That's the excuse we're going with.
Boy, we work with that.
He's here and fine.
Shellz, I am pretty sure, right?
Yeah.
And Up and Grow crew, I am pretty sure that you have been on the road and see people, right, on them phone, right? The phone is supposed to be used here, you know, at the ears, and them have it in front of them out like, yeah.
My mother does that. My mom talks in the phone like this.
Yeah.
And then they on speaker, you know.
Like, mommy.
Hey, they on speaker, you know.
Put the
Look
phone
on the phone like, yo, listen, my man.
Point and everything.
Oh,
So
gosh.
true.
We needed some lesson in some phone etiquette or something.
Exactly.
Thank you. That's all we're asking.
So, protesters have accused the Queen of perpetuating slavery. And this message was delivered in a letter urging the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge to atone for colonialism during their Caribbean tour. As the country celebrates 60 years of independence, a coalition of Jamaican politicians, business leaders, doctors, and musicians called for the British monarchy to apologize for colonialism and pay slavery reparations. Prince William and Kate's visit is seen as a sort of a charm offensive to persuade other Caribbean nations not to follow Barbados in removing the Queen as the head of state. The open letter stated, and I quote, "We note with great concern your visit to our country, Jamaica, during a period when we are still in the throes of a global pandemic and bracing for the full impact of another global crisis associated with the Russian-Ukraine war. We see no reason to celebrate 70 years of the ascension of your grandmother to the British throne because her leadership and that of her predecessors has perpetuated the greatest human rights tragedy in the history of humankind." Well, obviously, this is a matter that we thought it's important to include on our program today, and so there's no better person to invite to have a conversation with us than Professor Verene Shepherd, Director for the Center for Reparation Research and Vice Chair of the CARICOM Reparation Commission. We have her with us on the telephone. Good morning, Prof.
Good morning, Professor.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you both?
We are doing
fine,
well,
thanks.
and we thank you for joining us. We always
No problem.
we always look forward to having conversations with you. First of all, Prof, what are your views really on the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge visiting Jamaica, and even the subsequent calls for an apology and reparations?
Well, I support the call for reparatory justice, especially, but not only, from the UK, because several countries were involved in this crime against humanity, and I think it is those who commit crimes against humanity are expected to take responsibility and make redress for such a crime. So I am quite disappointed at the statement made by the British Queen's grandson, because it would seem as if he's just carrying on, not innovating, but carrying on the same message that was started in 2001 by former Prime Minister Blair of the UK, carried on by former Prime Minister Cameron, repeated by diplomats who are in our space, who have been in our space. And now this young member of the royal family is carrying on the same narrative. They slide around apology and couch it in the language of regret or we're sorry, it was bad, but, nothing to do with us. This is really disappointing.
I think one of the things that has been asked for is an apology, but you're basically saying that it's not enough, or he has not gone far enough. Is that it?
It is not. He did not apologize. He did not apologize.
Nope.
Didn't say
Saying
he was.
that
sorrowful
I don't have the
or
full statement, but he expressed profound sorrow. Yes. Well, if you're sorry, what are you going to do about it? Just come and enjoy our beautiful country and just go around the Caribbean, say the same things, go back to your cushy Buckingham Palace or wherever it is you live, and enjoy the benefits of the pain of our ancestors. I mean, I'm sure he thinks he has the right to be in Jamaica, because Jamaica, after all, the same queen, his grandmother, whether we like it or not, is the queen of Jamaica. So he's just visiting his realm, as far as I'm concerned. But we invited him, or we accepted the offer to be here. So we're also responsible for this visit and for the outcome.
That's right. Professor Shepherd, reports said that the protest event was supported by 60 reasons for an apology and compensation from the Crown in keeping with Jamaica's upcoming 60th anniversary of independence. Now, I agree with you that that wasn't much of an apology. But what will an apology, achieve?
Well, let me tell you what is an apology, first of all.
Okay.
An apology has 3 dimensions. First of all, it accepts responsibility. We had a hand in this crime. Secondly, it commits to non-repetition. We will never, ever allow anything like this to happen again. And third, it commits to repair. So this is not an apology whatsoever. And there's a reason none of them will ever apologize unless they accept the reparatory justice route. Because to apologize, especially its third dimension, will mean that they have to engage now in reparation, and they don't want to do that. In Durban in 2001, then Prime Minister Tony Blair said, it would not be sensible for governments to accept responsibility for the actions of government so long ago. What is important is what we do in the present. Yes, well, you must do something in the present. And it is not true that past governments don't have responsibility for what happens in the past. We know governments continue, the state continues, the regime continues. So that's not true. And I applaud Professor Rosalie Hamilton and the advocate group for putting out the letter and also the 60 reasons, which I'm sure there are more than 60 reasons. There may be 307 reasons. But for now, that summary was quite okay.
Professor, you would have seen the statement that, you'd have seen the Prime Minister as he spoke with the royals yesterday. Are you of the view that he made it very clear that we want to move away from having the Queen as head of state and moving into becoming a republic? Was it clearly stated from your perspective, based on what you saw?
I think the Prime Minister was very clear about the intention, but we have heard this before from other regimes. What we do about it, how we carry it out, is what I'll be looking to see. But of course, the Prime Minister was quite correct in saying that, welcome and all of that, but we're going to take another step. It's because time comes, according to him.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just looking to see how that process will now unfold. I do not believe that it has to go to a referendum, because we have put in power a regime that is quite capable of making the decision, because we have seen the result of referenda in this and other countries when people are not educated fully about the issues. Most Jamaicans are not ready to vote sensibly in this, I'm sorry to say. And I'm only saying that because I've been watching the responses around the country to the visit. Those who are in the know and who are not afraid to speak out, of course, reject the visit and the statement that was made by the grandson of Queen Elizabeth II. But equally, if you look on social media, the lack of information of our people about even how the royal family was connected to slavery is just appalling. And it is our fault as a country. The Ministry of Education must take responsibility for the level of ignorance that is in the country right now about the impact of the royal family going back generations, but coming also forward for the underdevelopment of this country.
We speak a lot about Jamaica becoming a republic, but I have to ask, how prepared is our country to transition into becoming a republic?
So this is what I'm saying. We need education about why it is we want to transition. And people are talking about Barbados and saying if Barbados can do it, why can't we? It is not the same. Jamaica is not the same as Barbados. The Barbados population is much more educated, and they have been prepared to take this decision. For decades now, they have had, a kind of public engagement with the issue of white supremacy, the issue of chattel enslavement, the transatlantic trafficking in enslaved Africans, who was responsible, what are the legacies with which we are living in the Caribbean, and they were prepared. Education was made a priority when Barbados became independent. We didn't make it a priority in the same way. We chose other ways of development, tourism, and all these things that don't necessarily require a high level of education. Barbados chose education. So the people didn't even need a referendum, and even if it went there, they would have voted Republic. I'm not so sure about Jamaica's preparedness to do that. Therefore, the government will have to take the responsibility either to prepare the people or to say the mandate we have given you, go ahead. I know that other independent countries are thinking about it, and they are not thinking of going at independence, they didn't go the referendum route because they didn't think their people would have been prepared. Plus, they used their mandate, Yes. But we have to educate our population if we're going to go that route. But it's the right thing to do for our dignity. But let me say, at independence, when our leaders went to the UK to negotiate for independence, former Prime Minister Siaga, he wasn't Prime Minister then, of course, and of course, Alexander Bustamante. They asked for reparation settlement, They did.
From way back then.
If you look, They did, and they were not given one. But the Eastern countries were given. So when we compare Singapore and Jamaica, it is not, they didn't start on a level playing field. Mm-hmm. They got a reparation package. So we must not believe that we can develop by ourselves. And I applaud all post-colonial governments for trying. But we need to redress the ills of the past and the state of our social infrastructure. We can't manage without the injection of a reparatory justice package, a development package. So republicanism should be accompanied by that. But even if it is not, we need to take a step, whether it's a legal route or whatever, to ensure that people who commit crimes against humanity are held responsible.
Absolutely.
And I must say this, I must say this. The royal family today might not be the ones who committed this crime. Their ancestors did. But there is an intergenerational transmission of wealth coming from Queen Elizabeth I and her support of the Hawkins voyages to capture people in Africa, coming right down to 1834 when they got compensation, and former Prime Minister Cameron's family got compensation. So we're not making up. It's a story we're telling. It's not it's a novel that is based on some fact, some fiction. This is history, and their own archives have this information.
Professor, I heard a conversation, in fact, here on this station, I think it might have been yesterday, and the argument was being put forward that we should not be seeking to get monetary compensation, but maybe get assistance in terms of training, maybe 100 scholarships per year to train engineers or other professionals who would come back home and help to build up our country. Is that a part of what you'd consider a good move going forward?
First of all, unless people are bonded, they're not coming back. So we can spend all the money we want on training people abroad, they're not coming back, okay? So because this country is not prepared to pay people what they're worth, and so that's why, migration will always be with us until we fix this country so people have a stake in it and want to stay. The other thing I have to say is that no amount of cash, no amount of money can ever repair the damage of the trafficking in enslaved Africans, the brutality of slavery, chattel slavery, and post-colonial harm. But that is why the CARICOM Reparation has a 10-point plan, which starts with an apology and ends with debt cancellation and money and return of the compensation money. So it's a development strategy that says we have the right to development, or our country has been disfigured, or region has been disfigured by colonialism. And therefore what we want is an accounting exercise, an inventory of our needs in education, in health, in psychological repair, all the areas of our society that need fixing up, where the present government can possibly have the money to fix the country and put it back in some state that we can go forward as partners with the global north.
Professor.
So this is what we need, not a cash for each person saying this is mine. Of course, if that comes, fine. But development for the whole country, that's what is needed.
And that's of paramount importance. We will definitely be talking to you as time progresses on this same issue going forward. But thank you for your time and the deliberations this morning. Have a wonderful day, Prof.
Thank you, Professor.
And thank you for having me. Have a great day yourself.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Professor Verene A. Shepherd, who is, in fact, Director of the Center for Reparation Research, and she's also Vice Chair of the CARICOM Reparations Commission. Saw one of the protesters yesterday making a statement saying that, they should loosen and remove the Queen's gloved hands from around our necks so that we can breathe. Yeah, very, very, very profound statement that.
You know what's sad, though, Richie, and quite interesting is that I don't know if everybody's like this in my generation, but I still don't quite understand what the monarchy still has over us. Like, I still don't see it. I don't know what it's this tie. I still don't see the connection. Apart from these royal visits, I don't know. And apart from what happens in the courts where you still pledge allegiance to them. But I don't know, like in everyday society, I don't see it. So that whole gloved hand around the neck, it's very graphic. And I guess figuratively it makes sense. But I don't know. But I think it definitely, I like what Prof said.
Education.
Yeah, we need to need to educate the people.
And the Ministry of Education really has to come forward and provide the information.
There's a lot of people don't know, Richie. It's a serious thing,
She intimated that even to go to a referendum might not necessarily be the way to go.
Exactly.
Because, for those very same reasons. But the conversation will continue, and we'll get more information going forward. Good morning to our first caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Thank you for calling in. Who's calling?
So this is Joan.
All right, Joan. Nice hearing from you. Where are you calling from?
I'm Kingston.
All right, cool. On the way to work?
Yes, I'm on my way to work.
All right. I have a huge gift package here that we want to give you. Shellz is reluctant to give it away, but
that is true.
We've convinced him to cooperate with us, and so we can make it yours if you give us the correct answer, Joan, to our secret sound game. What do you think that sound is?
I'm going to try. So, okay, yesterday I was eating something, and for some reason it kind of sounded like a similar sound.
Really?
I said yes, and then somebody called and gave an answer, and you said it was very close.
Okay.
So I believe it is the act of eating the cane. When you're biting into the cane, that's crunching the cane, eating the cane. You bite the cane with your teeth and you break the cane.
That's what you think this sound is.
That's what I think it is, yes.
Are you going to change anything about your answer, Joan?
No.
Are you sticking with that answer?
I'm sticking with that answer.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Biting the cane.
I will not make the declaration. Over to you, Shellz.
No, Joan, let me tell you something. I wear braces, So whenever if I try eat cane, which sound my dentist are going to give me? Quack, quack, quack.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, Joan. I'm happy that you took it with a smile. Oh, my goodness. Still no winner. Let's go in one more time. 876-676-4996. Hey, we want to find a winner badly. Remember, if we don't get a winner by tomorrow, we might have to retire this sound. We don't want it to get to that stage. Go ahead, caller. Good morning. You're on the air. Hello.
Morning.
Hello?
Good morning. You're on the air. How you doing?
Bless up, Richie.
Bless up. Who's calling?
Ray from Mandem.
All right, Ray. Ray's one of our peeps in the streets. He's not doing traffic right now. He's trying for the secret sound game.
Why not?
All right, Ray. So you've heard it. What's your answer, Ray? Help me out, please.
I'm wondering, Richie sound like somebody chopping bamboo.
Chopping of bamboo. The clues are, it's not an animal.
It's not an animal. It's an action. It's green and it has roots. That doesn't sound bad, Richie.
Ray.
That doesn't sound bad, Ray.
We've never had a winner from Mandeville.
And it looks like that's about to continue because
Sorry, Ray. Sorry, man. We'll get you for one of the traffic updates later on. Let's take one more call. Time is going by so quickly.
Yes, sir.
Got to squeeze one more in. Good morning. Welcome to the Secret Sound Game. This is Up and Go on the Bridge. Hello.
Good morning. Is it me?
Good morning.
Hi,
Welcome.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning. I'm in Old Harbor. My name is Angela. I think it is lettuce. Chopping lettuce or peeling lettuce.
Did you hear what she said?
She thinks it's chopping or peeling of lettuce. That's right.
Who's calling?
Angela.
Angela.
Hi, Angela.
Angela.
Good morning.
Finally, we have had somebody saying chopping
Lettuce.
or peeling of lettuce.
It takes all the hints. All the hints look like.
It looks like she's really thinking. This has never happened before since we started this game. Shellz.
Yes, sir.
What's up with that? You're wrong.
I'm so sorry, Angela.
Sorry, Angela.
The other one.
Try again, though. Try tomorrow, please.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, my goodness.
One more day.
They're closing in on it, but they've not nailed it as yet. And the creator of this sound
Watch her over there.
is really just can't believe that nobody has gotten it
She
yet.
said it's easy. I don't think it is, apparently.
We don't think it is easy. That sound that you're hearing, man, let me tell you, this is all that you need to identify. Listen again. All right, try tomorrow morning at 7:30, because if you don't win tomorrow, we have to retire this sound and find another one. Trust me. All right, we're entering into another interview segment, and we have been taking note of the fact that just maybe about 2 or so days apart, we heard of 2 students who were stabbed, in high school settings. And this seems to be happening more and more now since the reopening of face-to-face learning. Videos have been surfacing of students fighting and all of that kind of stuff. It's of concern to all of us. And again, we'd like to also express our condolences to parents and family members who mourn the loss of the young man that was stabbed to death recently. Speedy recovery to the one that happened yesterday, I think, at Excelsior. This morning, to help us to dissect this issue, we have Chevonna Haughton. She's the 2nd Deputy General Secretary at the National Youth Council of Jamaica, and she's a student at the University of the West Indies. And we want to look at some of the factors that affect our students' inability to really solve problems without violence. Good morning and welcome, Chevonna. How are you today?
Morning, Chevonna.
Chevonna, are you there?
Good morning, Shellz and Richie B.
Hi, good morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Give thanks. Well,
oh yeah. Well, Chevonna, we're happy to have you, obviously. I want you, first of all, to give us a little information about what, about the National Youth Council of Jamaica.
So National Youth Council of Jamaica is all about empowering youth to become the best versions of themselves. So we are the umbrella body for parish youth councils, and it's all about equipping youth with resources they need to become the best version of themselves possible. So that is National Youth Council of Jamaica in a nutshell.
Okay. And who are your members?
Our chairman is Mr. Siobhan Brown. Our first vice chair is Mr. Ikola Pierce. Our second vice chair, Mr. Shana Wignall. On the board, we also have Mr. Kamoy Reed, Mr. Ricardo Miller. We have Mr. Moan Campbell, Mr. Guyon Mitchell, as well as. So those are the main members of the executive body.
Okay, good. But your membership, I'm trying to get, it's drawn from many, schools across the island?
Rather parish youth councils.
Yes.
So we have a youth council in every parish.
Okay, got you. Chevonna, let's zero in on the issue that we highlighted earlier. What do you personally believe are some of the reasons that students keep getting into these fights so frequently at schools?
Well, there are 6 main causes. 1, exposure to violence in their community. 2, socialization upbringing. 3, substance abuse. 4, evolutionary factors and human instinct. 5, personal traits and makeup. And 6, cultural values and subculture of values. So yes, there may be more, but those are the 6 main causes.
Wow. Now, Chevonna, I went to an all-boys institution, and so I've seen my fair share of fights that could have been avoided. I'm trying to narrow down the reasons why, we can't just seem to solve our issues without getting violent. Sometimes I feel like it's, male ego or peer pressure or pride. What do you think are some of the reasons why, or young men in general, in particular, just can't seem to solve their issues without becoming violent? Do you think it's the background that they're in? What do you think is happening?
Well, I said for it's all about socialization, upbringing. You don't want to be seen as weak. So of course you're going to defend yourself. You're going to strike back because you don't want your parents to view you as weak and afraid you can't defend yourself. That's not the reputation you want to have. And for others, violence is the only thing they know. They lack positive role models in their immediate communities.
More and more we're seeing where students are attending schools with a lot of weapons. And even at William Nib, I think the police reported that they had seized a number of knives and so on, which is very, very prevalent. How surprised were you, Chevonna, when you heard the story that it might have been a fight over a guard ring at a school that caused one of the stabbing incidents recently? Because that, for many, it's a new development in the school environment. Were you surprised? What was your reaction?
I was shocked and alarmed. I couldn't help but wonder, how did Jamaica reach this point? How did the breakdown of morals and values become so bad that we reached this point?
Yeah. When you look at all that's happening, though, what do you think are some of the initiatives that could be put in place to assist youths out there to better solve problems whenever they arise?
Okay. To me, problem solving is a skill that you become better at by practicing. So to me, it's not necessarily about reinventing the wheel or implementing new ideas, but rather building on existing framework. It's about empowering youth to take advantage of the opportunities available that's within their reach, about empowering them to take initiatives. So opportunities are everywhere if you know where to look. For instance, even in group projects can help you to become a better problem solver, because it teaches you it puts you in a situation where you're forced to overcome various challenges. You're forced to find solutions to overcome these challenges so it won't affect your grade. Part-time jobs, internships, and work experiences are the second one. In this, you are forced to deal with challenging customers, examine processes and systems to make work more productive and efficient, as well as you have to find ways to be adaptable. Thirdly, joining various organizations, by extension committees, where you regularly put in positions where you'll be forced to problem solve. Fourthly, organizing events. So in this situation, you need to solve logistical issues, among others. Also, entering competition is a great way to improve your ability to problem solve, because when you enter competitions, you are coming up with solutions to problems. And the last one is seeking mentorship. Through mentorship, you can not only mentor others, but also have an opportunity to be mentored, gain exposure to opportunities and wider networks than you maybe would have before. Another one is starting clubs. Start clubs in your school, start clubs in your church, start clubs in your communities. This is probably the best way to become better at problem solving. Like for me personally, I became better at problem solving by actually leading clubs. Every daily I was in a position where I had to make decisions. I was faced with different challenges. I was interpersonal ones, technical ones, other issues, and I had to find ways to solve the problems. So starting a club is perhaps the best way, as well as becoming more involved in extracurricular activities. For adults now, adults should resist the temptation to jump in and solve problems for youth, because when you do so, youth are not able to learn from the situation and learn the necessary lessons. So that would be my response.
Powerful response indeed, Chevonna. Thank you so much. I really hope that, first and foremost, thank you for being the person we're speaking with today. It's nice to see a powerful young woman giving these solutions, and I give thanks for you, and I give thanks for your initiatives, and I give thanks for your solutions. Teachers, young youth, them out there, everybody, just please heed these warnings, please listen to these lessons, and we can only hope that these things are implemented in the near future. Thank you so much, Chevonna. We really appreciate you for this. Thank you.
Thank you. was a pleasure to be here.
Yeah,
Have a good day, Chevonna. Great talking with you.
Yeah, man, give thanks. Yes.
Powerful indeed. And I really like the suggestions that she put forward.
This is the thing is, Richie B. Like I said, I know the first time where I hear some of these solutions, So I'm glad. So most of them she's just reiterating. I'm gonna give thanks for that. It's just for the youth. Them just come on, man. Just because not like the schools. Them not trying. Because even with the principal of William Nib, you can hear in her voice, like, yo, them a try. You understand? But it's just that, like for example, the ring situation. It's like she said, the more she keep taking away, it's the more them keep popping up. So it's something in the communities, the family, everything, man.
I mean, you knew about this guard ring situation?
All right. So during my time in high school, you hear a lot of stories. A lot of people feel like they need certain type of protection in the streets. You understand me? So it go from rings to certain other beliefs. And especially with us walking with a weapon. A lot of people walk with weapons for different reasons, because some people don't feel safe in them communities when they're leaving and all sorts of reasons. So trust me, it's not new, and it's sad that it's not new, and I'm sad that someone lost their life because of it. But trust me,
there's even the speculation that it might be tied to even scamming, and that some persons who use it even at the high school level, not necessarily in the case that we just heard about, but even at the high school level, that it is believed, it is said that it will. I think I heard someplace that the ring will burn your finger if the police are closing in on you, for instance. And so this belief has apparently spiraled and is quite pervasive now in school settings. Like I said earlier when that story broke, when I was a young child coming up, you might have heard that about some older person in the community, but not at the high school level. Yeah, man, it's real. That was very, very surprising.
It's real, Richie.
Yeah, wow.
Open your eyes, parents, teachers, youths, them open their eyes. Things out there and it real. You understand me? So take action today. So thank you. Chevonna Haughton, the second Deputy General Secretary at the National Youth Council of Jamaica, and the students at the University of the West Indies for her solutions and a great reasoning overall.
Going to be focusing on men's health in our Man Chat segment. And this is for the brothers, but also for the ladies to listen to and learn.
Nothing wrong, ladies.
Because when you get right down to the facts are, men have a lower life expectancy than women. Listen to this. Men actually have an average life expectancy of some 79 years compared to 84 years for women. Men also suffer more illnesses than their female counterparts. And exercise plays a very vital role in keeping us healthier. So we're looking at the lifestyles of men this morning in Man Chat, and we have a very special guest. Shellz, let the listeners know who he is.
Well, this gentleman made me have to do 5,000 push-up before I came on air. We have the general himself, Mr. Daniel Fraser. He is a gym coach at DnD Fitness. Big up. Yeah, man. Hold on, tell you work out before your fall today. Is that a thing, or you go work out after?
Very funny. I always work out.
So before you came here?
Mandatory for me.
So before you came?
Yes. I'm gonna get up this morning. Pull-ups, push-ups.
What?
That's me.
This guy.
That's like a daily routine?
Daily routine is a habit for me.
Okay.
It's automatic.
Interesting.
Yes.
Man, yes. We strive for to get to those levels.
Well,
of consistency.
Yes, of course it's possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible.
A little bit closer to the mic would fine. So let me ask you then, Daniel, why would you say, as the brothers are listening right now and their female counterparts, many of them are listening too.
Yes.
Why is it important for men to exercise?
All right. So it's very important for men to exercise. Why? Because it would help improve their confidence, right? Their self-esteem, and most importantly, it also helps them to think more clearer. You get me? In terms of brainstorming ideas. You see, when you're unhealthy, what it does, it prevents you from thinking properly. Get me? It lowers your self-esteem. It makes you lazy. You understand me? So what I'm trying to say to you guys is that it's important to be healthy and not unhealthy. Your health is your wealth. You understand me?
Yep.
Your health is your wealth. So for men in general, what I realize is that men feel like, oh, yeah, we are men, so we're just automatically strong. We don't need to resort to exercising or certain things. But what you guys need to understand is very key that you must exercise. You must stay healthy. For instance, in the working environment, right, in terms of production, you here doing your, for example, you're here doing your radio show, right? And you want to perform at your best. So you want to make sure that you're healthy enough to perform at your best. And so what I want you guys to understand is that if you're unhealthy, what it would do is make you frustrated. You're confused, right? You can't think properly. You get me? You'll be flustered.
Easily flustered.
Easily. Example, you'll be miserable.
Interesting perspectives you're putting forward.
Yeah.
So the man who does not exercise frequently,
Yes.
he's not obviously not leading a healthy lifestyle, is what you're saying.
No. So hear this now. Health is not just dieting. Health has to do with socializing, right? It has to do with also the environment that you're in. You get me? So this is a misconception. This is a misconception that people have about health. They think it's just dieting properly, but it all comes down to your environment, the people that you're around. You understand me? So what you guys need to understand is that this all goes hand in hand, right? So
exercise and dieting go hand in hand, right?
So for example, I'm at work, right? And you want to make sure that you're socializing with the right persons. You understand me? You want to make sure that you're in a positive environment, because that has a big part to play with your health as well, and not just dieting. You get me? So you want to make sure that whoever you surround yourself with, they're very positive, right? So that can help you to think, and it helps your production as well.
So
I feel Shellz has a burning question.
I did. I'm like, it's a burning question. All right, so watch this now, Daniel.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with you. You know, exercise is very important.
Yes.
For me personally, I do little things.
Okay.
You know, play ball Sunday evening.
That's
go,
good. That's good.
It's days when I have to drive. You know, take the bus, walk and. My question is, you know you have your gym and thing.
Yeah.
Right now, outside open up, outside nice again. All of a sudden, everybody, them cousin, sister, brother, everybody are squatting a gym right now.
Yes.
The reality is, not everybody either can afford the gym or have time for it. Is there any way for men, especially everybody, women as well, to be able to work out without going to the gym?
Of course.
Yeah. What would you recommend and stuff like that?
All right. So here, what you guys can work out from home as well. So here the thing, what you can do. You can hire someone to give you a workout program, right? Structured diet for you, right? That can be beneficial over time. So you guys can stay home and do basic workouts, like basic push-ups, right? Basic pull-ups. You can do your squats. So what we tend to do is modify the workouts. It only determines it's based on the person's fitness level and what they can manage at that moment in time.
That's true.
So we have to be careful how we just give our clients workout and structured diet for them. You understand me? So we have to take that into consideration. So you guys can stay home and get in shape. Because let me tell you this, my fitness transformation wasn't gym. It was just staying at home and just having the right routines that over time it paid off for me. You get me?
You know what's interesting, I brought that up because if you ever watch the general them work on like the construction sites, them are some of the fittest people ever buck up on, and you ask them if they go gym, them like, what you talk about? And I see the cement or me and fling go up there, so I think any little activity goes a long way. That's basically what you're saying.
Because let me tell you this, even when I'm on the road, if I want to exercise, nothing's gonna stop me. If I see a bar, I'm gonna pull up on it. let me tell you something. If you want something, you go after it.
Yeah.
There's no excuses.
A lot of men. I know the issue of consistency.
Yes.
Is where the real problem is. So persons will get started. But they're not being consistent going forward.
Exactly.
How would you encourage somebody like that?
All right. So let me tell you this. So if you want to stay in shape for a long period of time, we have to learn to develop a certain habit. I always tell people, it's just like when you can get up each morning, brush your teeth, and bathe. It have to be a habit. You understand me? And the thing is that them say if we want good, the nose have to run, right? So if you really want it, you will do it. And over time, it's going to be beneficial for your health. You get me? Because you understand this. It helps with performance. Say, for instance, people that do sports, right? If you're unhealthy, you won't have enough endurance, enough stamina. You can withstand a certain amount of pressure when working out or whatever the case may be.
Or for competition.
And, yes. And also, what I want to say for the men as well, in terms of health, the thing is that when you're, how should I say it now? When you're doing activities, right? It's gonna help to build your self-confidence, right? Your self-esteem. You get me? So when you're around people, you'll find out when someone is more healthier, they can conversate more easily with someone, right? In terms of, it also helps with your stress level. It releases your stress. You understand me? So that's key as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting perspectives,
Yeah, man.
It's man chat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And these are the kinds of stuff conversations that we have in this segment. The takeaway from this is that it's important to exercise.
Yes, it is.
Exercise and dieting helps a lot.
Yes.
They go hand in hand.
Hand in hand, yes.
And you need to be consistent. Don't treat it like a flash in the pan where you do it 2 days and then you're
It's
back
not that
off.
thing where you do it
Yeah.
today and then say, okay, next month I'm gonna start back. No.
Yeah. And
It's a
obviously,
lifestyle.
Yeah.
Make
That's
it a
it.
habit. It's your routine.
Right.
It's a regime.
It
You get
can
me?
positively impact your
Yes,
physiology
exactly.
based on what Daniel is saying.
Hey.
So,
Yeah.
say for instance, you guys know in the working environment, you see the healthier you are, the better it is for you and
Yeah.
production wise.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
You get me?
All right. I like
So-
that.
All noted.
Let me
All
say
noted.
something. Guys, if you need a trainer,
Yeah.
and let me tell you this, if you are serious enough to get in shape, lose weight, whatever the case may be, hit me up. My name is Daniel Fraser. I'm on Instagram at Prince of Sixpack. The location is 8 Lady Musgrave Road, DnD Fitness Club, 8 Lady Musgrave Road. So guys, if you really need a trainer, please hit me up.
All
My
right.
contact number is 864-1784. Let me tell you this, guys, no more procrastinating. It's either no or never.
Oh,
The time is no.
Jeb for no.
All right? And I want to also big up Bridge 99 FM. It's an amazing radio station. You guys should tune in every single morning.
Definitely.
Alright.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel, I don't know if you've seen what is happening across the glass. Richie, you see what's happening across? So JoJo, Queen JoJo Bridge Nation is quite excited for Daniel being here. And she's saying...
What you
'cause you're
want to do? Show my abs?
Wait, name, Prince
Prince of Sixpack, yes.
She says she wants all our lovely viewers on the stream. That's www.thebridge99fm.com to see
Easy though.
if you're all talk, sir.
Okay, no problem.
All right, Richie, this
fine.
is where we turn away, Richie.
Okay,
Run
fine,
it.
fine. Okay.
Jody
Okay,
requested this.
guys. Okay, guys.
Let's find on that camera. You done?
Yo.
It's
Yo.
real, guys. It's real.
It
It's
seems
not
like-
fake. It's not made up. It's hard work, consistency, dedication, believing in myself.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
right?
Well done, man.
Yes, sir.
Well done.
Yes, sir.
Great talking with you, Daniel.
Give
Daniel
thanks,
Fraser.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
I want to big up my client, Von Tharp.
Okay.
He's doing an amazing job so far. Keep up the good work, bro.
Oh, you are making my way the muscle shirt ever come away.
Yes.
Vaughn, them
He's
are
on his
talking
fitness
up.
journey.
If that,
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
All right,
yes.
well done.
All right.
Great talking with you. That was Man Chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Our
sir.
guest today was Daniel Fraser. He's a gym coach and he's at DnD Fitness. And today we looked at the
Also-
topic of the benefit of men taking care of their health.